What if pregnancy isn't just about physical changes, but a powerful emotional and mental journey as well? We often hear that pregnancy is a time of joy, but what about the silent struggles that so many people face behind the scenes? Could understanding and supporting mental health during pregnancy be the key to healthier parents, babies, and families? We talk a lot about preparing the nursery and choosing baby names, but how can we better prepare and support mental well-being during pregnancy? Hi, I'm Camilla. At Maudsley Learning, our mission is to improve mental health and well-being for all through education and training. In this video series, we'll be exploring real-life topics that shape how you think, feel, and interact in our daily lives, drawing inspiration from the brilliant blogs and research written by our experienced team of healthcare professionals. You can read the original blog via the link in the description below. In today's video, we're going to explore a side of pregnancy that doesn't always get the attention it deserves, the mental and emotional experience. Whether this is your first baby or your fifth, pregnancy is a time of huge change. It affects the body, the mind, and often your relationships too. We'll look at the mental health risks that can appear during pregnancy, how physical changes might affect your mood, how your relationships may shift, and most importantly, we'll talk about practical ways to support your well-being during this time. Let's get started. The time during and shortly after pregnancy, what we call the perinatal period, is one where mental health can be particularly vulnerable. Depression and anxiety are more common than people realise. In fact, studies show that up to 15% of pregnant individuals experience depression during pregnancy. If someone already has a history of mental health issues, they may be at higher risk of experiencing difficulties again. Being aware of these risks doesn't mean something is definitely going to go wrong, but it does mean we can be better prepared. Early support and understanding can make a huge difference. One of the questions that comes up again and again is what I'm feeling normal? The truth is, there is no universal, normal pregnancy experience. Everyone's journey is different. Some people feel on top of the world one day and then completely overwhelmed the next. That's often due to a mix of hormones, physical changes, and the emotional ups and downs of preparing for a huge, life-changing transition. If you find yourself crying at an advert on TV or feeling anxious about things that never used to bother you, that doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong. It might mean your body and mind are adjusting to change. The term matrescence has become recently much publicised and is a helpful one for recognising the seismic change that happens in the navigation of becoming a mother. Acknowledging change being across all aspects of self, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. Having a term helps honour the need to consider needs and vulnerabilities while cautioning comparisons to the often idolised version of pregnancy that can be portrayed on our favourite TV shows, movies, and social media. The body goes through a huge transformation during pregnancy. In the first trimester, you might be hit with morning sickness, fatigue, and dramatic hormonal shifts. That's a lot to deal with all at once. Later on, you may find yourself struggling with sleep, back pain, or feeling less comfortable in your own skin as your body changes. All of these physical experiences can have an emotional impact. Feeling exhausted or unwell for days, sometimes weeks, can chip away at your mood. You might feel frustrated, low, or just not like your usual self. Acknowledging those feelings doesn't mean you're not grateful for your pregnancy. It means you're human. You're allowed to feel a range of things at once. Throughout pregnancy, it's normal for different kinds of worries to come and go. In the early weeks, many people worry about whether the pregnancy will progress safely. Questions like, when should I tell people? Or, what if something goes wrong? Can feel really overwhelming. As the pregnancy moves forward, new thoughts might take over. Concerns about the baby's health, whether or not you're able to provide the life you want for your baby, or what kind of parent you'll be. And toward the end, it's completely understandable to feel nervous about the birth itself. You might also find yourself thinking ahead to what life will look like after the baby arrives. Will you bond with the baby right away? Will you cope with the lack of sleep? These are all reasonable and very common concerns. Talking about them, whether with a partner, friend, midwife, or counsellor, can help you feel less alone and more supported, including planning and accessing practical support as needed. Pregnancy can bring big shifts in your relationships, especially if you're in a partnership or already have children. You and your partner might feel closer as you prepare for this new chapter, or you might experience more tension as the realities of parenthood begin to sink in. Conversations around money, shared responsibilities, or even differing parenting styles can start earlier than expected. It's worth remembering that pregnancy can change your relationship with yourself. You may find yourself thinking about your own childhood, your identity, or your values in a very different way. The best approach is again open and honest communication. Express your needs, be clear about what's worrying you, and make space for your partner to do the same. These conversations don't have to be perfect, they just have to be real, with regular space made as they are ongoing and not a one-off event. So, what can help? How do you actually look after your mental health during pregnancy? Start by thinking about who's in your corner. Who do you trust? Who do you feel safe with? That could be friends, family, a midwife, GP, or even an online support group. Don't wait until things feel overwhelming. Reach out early and do so as often as you need to access support and nourish your well-being. Make those checkups count. Your regular antenatal appointments aren't just for physical health, they're also an opportunity to flag anything that doesn't feel quite right, emotionally as well. Basic self-care becomes especially important now. That means staying hydrated, eating nourishing meals, moving your body gently when you can, and resting when you need to. Again, not about being perfect, it's about making small choices that can help you feel more grounded. It also helps to have some simple tools for stress. That might be journaling, deep breathing, going for a walk, or making time to chat with someone you trust. Gratitude practices like writing down 1 or 2 things you're thankful for each day can also make a positive difference in how you view your experience. Know your limits too. If certain events or conversations are draining, it's okay to step back and say no. Setting boundaries is part of taking care of yourself and your baby. And perhaps, most importantly, get to know the warning signs that you might need some extra support. If you're finding it hard to get out of bed consistently, aside from a troubled night of disturbed sleep, if you've lost interest in things you normally enjoy, or if anxiety or low mood is stopping you from functioning day to day, it's time to reach out. Mental health support during pregnancy is not only available, it's a strength to ask for it. You can access therapy directly through self-referral to IAPT, improving access to psychological therapies if you Google this in your local area. These services prioritise seeing women who are pregnant and parents with children under 2, as it's understood to the significant risk factors of this time period. Despite all of the hardships and challenges, pregnancy and the year plus afterwards can be a time of deep growth and joy. Some people describe it as a chance to slow down, reflect, or reconnect with their values. Others find new strength themselves, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Know you are doing something remarkable, and when it comes to maternity leave, I prefer to reframe this as maternity service, honouring the effort. However your pregnancy unfolds, try to give yourself compassion. You can both appreciate and feel blessed, find bonding hard, actively dislike many day-to-day activities, and find it immensely challenging. Focus on small moments of connection, whether it's feeling the baby move, preparing an outfit, choosing the colour of your baby's new bedroom, or sharing a laugh with a loved one. These moments matter and can be a source of joy. Take care, and remember, looking after your own well-being is one of the best things you can do for yourself and your growing family. It equally doesn't stop or start with you alone. Reach out for the practical support from others and approach emotional support early. Thanks for watching. If anything in this video resonated with you, or if you have experiences of your own that you'd like to share, feel free to leave it in a comment below. For more videos on mental health, well-being, and life transitions, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss a future upload. And if you like regular updates, resources, and event information from Maudsley Learning, you can also sign up to our monthly newsletter through the link in the description.